Am I strong enough to run a sub 3 hour marathon? Now, before I go any further, if you are new here, my name is Neil O'Connell. You are very welcome to the channel. You're very welcome to this video. I'm currently documenting my journey, my sub 3 hour diaries as I build up toward my next marathon this December. And as the question I posed at the beginning of the video suggests, in this video, I'm going to be taking you through my current strength training routine as I train up for the race. So without further ado, let's go through this week. This was my biggest week of running ever. 80 Ks in the bag. My previous biggest one was like 79. But anyway, 80 Ks in the bag this week. So we started the week off like any other so far in this prep with a double session, kind of like a triple session, I suppose you could say. I had 10 Ks on Monday to do, and what I did was split that into 5 in the morning, followed immediately by a gym session, and then another 5 in the evening. After this then brought us on to Tuesday, which was 5Ks easy. And of course then Wednesdays for me at the moment is my first workout of the week. And yeah, no two ways about it. This was a bit of a nasty session. We had about 10 Ks easy at the beginning, followed that up by 5 4-minute sections at a pretty hard pace, kind of like 5K pace in there. That was really hard.
Quick update, 3 intervals done, 2 to go. This is absolutely killing me, but we're getting there.
I have mentioned it before, this is one of my weaknesses personally, but you got to work on your weaknesses, don't you? That's how it goes, yeah? We followed that up with a couple of easy miles, and that was Wednesday in the bag. We get these sessions done on Wednesday mornings before work. I work a full-time job. I'm self-employed. I work as a coach. So yeah, I'm not on that influencer life just yet, although we have hit 50 subs here on the channel. So shout out to you guys, yeah? But seriously though, thanks very much for watching. Thursday and Friday then were 2 easy days. I actually take Fridays as my rest day. Thursday was 2 5K easies. Again, just clocking up some nice handy miles. These were run pretty slow because I was pretty tired. Saturday then was yet another chunky Phoenix Park workout. And this one was a little bit different because I was trying out some new race shoes.
Alrighty, we've got some new race shoes to try out today. Adios Pro 4s. Got rid of my Alpha Flies for these instead. Alright, we are off, and some pretty good timing with these shoes. They came in yesterday. I am planning, if they all go well, to use them for Valencia. We'll see how they treat me. Today's workout should be a good test of them. A few easy Ks to begin, and then into threshold for some sections. We'll see how they go. They feel pretty good so far.
And finally then, as all weeks tend to do, this week ended on a Sunday, and this was yet another beautiful Sunday here in Dublin, Ireland. We got out for a nice 10 kilometers easy in the morning, and that wrapped up the week of running. 80 Ks in the bag, like I say, feeling good, feeling pretty strong, and hopefully feeling strong because I'm doing my strength training. Yeah, how about that little weave in of this next section of the video, which is going to be all things strength training. So for me, usually most of the time, my strength work is not an issue. I know my way around a gym, but not everyone does. And not everyone has the guidance and the history of it that I do. So yeah, I figured this video, I'm going to take you through my current routine. So as we can see in the trusty whiteboard here, this is a fairly lower body focused routine with a little bit of upper body thrown in there. Yeah. Once I got there then, for me, it was going to be straight into calf work. This is actually some of my weakest areas. That's from years of bicep curls, rows, pull-ups, bench press, aka not calves. And as a result then, that has left me weak in the calves. Surprise, surprise. So these days I've actually been doing calves early in the workout, usually first, to try and hit them while they're as least fatigued as possible. You might say, hey, why don't you just not run before, and then they also won't be fatigued? You would be correct in saying that, but that's just the way my routine is at the moment, okay? Anyway, once we get the calf work out of the way, for me, it's usually a mix of some plyometrics as well as some bent knee calf work and some straight knee calf work. For the rest of my sessions, it's usually just a bit of kind of back to back of maybe upper and lower, or just two kind of opposing lower body movements. So for example, here you can see that I'm doing some bicep curls, and I followed that up then with a trap bar deadlift. Again, this just makes it nice and handy to keep efficient with my time. Similarly, then I might superset something like a Romanian deadlift, which I did on this day, with a pull-up, keeping it really simple, keeping it mixed, making sure that I'm getting a bit of both. But realistically, the focus is all on the lower body stuff, especially given the volume of running that I'm doing at the moment. Now, there are one or two things that I think are worth mentioning here in terms of what is dictating the content of these sessions and also the intensity, because I feel a lot of people get this wrong. And given my background, I can speak on this with confidence. So first of all, I'm not pushing my upper body exercises that hard during this. I'm getting close to failure, maybe once or twice throughout the workout, but the volume is low and overall it's not that bad. I'm doing this more as a maintenance, so that once I finish this block of training after the race, that I'm then in a pretty decent spot to build back if I need to or if I want to. And the same kind of goes for my lower body stuff. I know that I'm strong. I know that I have some really good strength there from all of my training throughout the years. And I'm definitely pushing hard on these sets. They're all coming close-ish to failure, but I'm not really training in that kind of bodybuilder style that you will maybe see quite a lot of people who, train hybrid or hybrid athlete-ize themselves for their marathon training. Now, that for me is just kind of personal preference. I'm running a marathon, therefore I want to be doing my best in the marathon. But I will still, like I say, do a little bit of added stuff alongside it. If you have any questions on strength training, please do let me know, especially strength training around running, because this is certainly a common topic. I think this is a topic that a lot of people have questions on, and probably something that more people should be doing. But I think a lot of runners have gotten around to this in recent years. It's become more of a trend, and in my opinion, probably a pretty good trend, So that is going to wrap up today's video. A little bit more of a conversational one, taking you through the current strength training routine that I'm following, that, like I say, I hope leaves me strong enough to run a sub 3 hour marathon. It has done me pretty well so far, so we'll see how that goes as the weeks go on. This has been another great week of training. I'm ever grateful for having an able body and living in a place where I can go out and run freely. I really appreciate as well people watching the videos. If you've watched this and you liked it, feel free to subscribe. And like I say, also, I'm always open for a chat. So let me know if you have any questions. Leave them down in the comments. Send me a message. I don't even know if you can send messages on YouTube, to be honest. But I'm happy to be here. I hope you guys are happy to be here as well. I think this style of video is also pretty nice to chat about different topics around training, rather than just this is what I did during my week, because I definitely contemplated this week and maybe even next week, like being like, maybe I won't post these because they can get maybe a little bit boring. So we're trying to keep it fresh. But thanks a million for watching. Appreciate you giving me your attention and your time. Otherwise, have a great week, have a great day, and see you in the next video.